Welcome. The first topic is one of my favorites, radar, and why it's a flat earth killer. And the next subjects, yes, it's him again, Sleeping Warrior. And then I will have a short thing about photography and some basic tips for you to get better pictures. And in the end. And today I will talk a bit about channel membership. Okay, let's roll. We see too far is a favorite amongst flat earth fools. When normal thinking people is pointing out the fact that ships disappear over the horizon, according to them we are wrong because of reasons. Flat earth fools try to fool their audience that the horizon on a globe is at a fixed distance, which is completely wrong. A common explanation from them is that ships disappear because of perspective. A very bad argument and very easy to prove to be wrong. Something that flat earthers never addresses is radar. Okay, sometimes they try to prove that it's no horizon because you have over horizon radar, and that's pure bullshit. In the description I link to a great page that's covered this subject, radar horizons, and if you look at it closely I think you will recognize it. It's basically the same as an ordinary curve calculator. And why is that? We live on a globe and we have a horizon, and you can see it with your eyes, and you can see and measure the distance to it using a radar. Have anyone seen a flat earther trying to explain why radar have a horizon? I haven't. The only I've seen is them who try to prove a flat earth using the fact that we have something called see over the horizon radars, but that's a total different thing. They are bouncing the signal against the ionosphere. Does the ionosphere exist even on a flat earth? I'm not sure. This summer I will do an experiment using my boat, my radar and a camera. I have chosen a lighthouse out at sea, and then I will show when the radar don't see it and take photos, and then I will drive closer to the lighthouse until I see it on the radar and I can take photos of it. And I will document this with the boat's plotter, which gives the exact GPS coordinates where I'm at. I have addressed this topic in several videos. One of them was when I described how Argentina sinked a British warships during the Falklands War using the radar horizon to cover up the attack. And I've never seen any flat earthers reply on one of my radar videos. So, are you a flat earther and have a flat earth channel? Please make a video about why radar have a horizon. Looking forward to it. Okay, let's go to the next topic. I'm so sorry, I couldn't resist visiting Sleeping Warrior's new channel once again. And I did find this video. Let's have a short look of a part of it.
This is a cracking little video. This is how you can demonstrate relative density with sugar a glass vase, a little bit of water, and a suitable solid. What I want you to be considering in this video whilst we watch this is the biogeochemical cycle. This demonstrates how it is that we have a gradient inside a container. The water represents the medium that we are in, the air. I know it's liquid. We are in a medium that is considered to be fluid because it behaves just like fluid, but it's very easy for us to show stuff that rises and falls in water. When the sugar is put into the water begins to dissolve the sugar. As the sugar dissolves, pressure starts to increase along the bottom edge, because that's why you've got to stir your cup of coffee, right? Because if your sugar's dissolved and it's all sweet at the bottom, but it's not sweet at the top, you've got to stir it to get it to mix all up, right? Well, we're going to see how the dissolution rate of sugar causes an increase in pressure below the capsule, and that increase in pressure below the capsule pushes against all surfaces. You can see that the container has got rigid surfaces. There's no flex. But you can also see that the ability to move for the capsule is the reason why the pressure pressing against it causes it to accelerate. So if you believe that gravity is a force, even though it tells you everywhere in physics today that it isn't a force, but if you still hold on to that fiction, then the gravity in here has not changed, yet we see an acceleration. Because the gravity was constant from the moment the sugar got stopped adding to everything that we're talking about now. The gravity did not change. It changed initially when the sugar was put in, but it isn't changing now. It's still the same. Yet we are seeing an acceleration. We can explain this simply by the dissolution of the sugar increases the pressure pushing against the sides of the container and the surfaces of the container itself, the thing that we're looking at. And you guys can't explain this because gravity stopped working the moment the sugar was put in.
Did he really say that gravity stopped working when he put in the sugar? Oh, this is so stupid. I think I will get a headache out of this. Oh. Sleeping Warrior thinks he understands Newton and Einstein, but evidently he don't understand anything about gravity and what we claim about gravity. Gravity is not a force, but you can see it like a force, and it acts like a force. Even me, who don't have English as my first language, understand that explanation, but obviously not a pretended lawyer and scientist from UK who should be much better in English than me. This is ridiculous. Gravity acts like a very weak force. It's no problem for a small butterfly to fly, and they are affected of gravity, but when they flap their small wings, they make a greater force upwards than the gravity downwards. Oh dear. Obviously, gravity is a too complex concept for Sleeping Warrior to understand. Perhaps it's better if he tries to understand Lego. Oh dear. Okay, I can't stand more of this foolishness. Let's go on to the next topic. In my previous episodes I talked about what camera brand to choose and which type you should choose. Compact camera, a system camera with changeable lenses. In this one I will give some tips about getting better pictures. One basic thing to know is your own equipment. What is the limitations of your equipment? You can get great pictures with a mobile phone or a simple compact camera. It all depends to use it at the right time and in the right light and so on. So, know the limitations of your equipment. Some basic knowledge about how a camera works is good to have if you want to analyze your camera's strengths and weaknesses and what type of equipment you need for the type of pictures you want to take. Your phone or your camera have a light sensible sensor, and this sensor needs a given amount of light to make good pictures. It's three different things that decide how much light you get on the sensor. One is the shutter speed, the other is aperture, that's how big the hole is that let in the light, and the light sensibility on your camera that you can adjust. The ISO of your camera is the light sensibility, and the con with this is if you have a high ISO you get grainy images, but how much depends on your camera's sensor. So this is something you have to learn, how much grainy do it get with different ISOs. Often on more expensive cameras you can use higher ISOs. And one more thing is, what are you going to do with the pictures? If you're planning to use it on internet, you can accept grainier images than if you, for instance, make a big printout of your picture, then you need to have a lower ISO. So this is something you have to learn about your camera. The aperture is the hole that let in light. So it's a quite strange thing, because a bigger hole is a smaller number. And what does this do besides letting in light? If you have a big aperture, a big hole, the focus depth will be shorter, and a smaller hole, bigger number, it gets a bigger. So, for instance, if you want to take a portrait of someone, you often want to have the background blurred, and then you will use as big hole, small number, as possible on your camera and lens. And if you want to take a breathtaking landscape, it's a small hole, big numbers you need. I will go into it much further in upcoming episodes. And the last one, shutter speed. A fast shutter speed freezes the moment. If you, for instance, take a picture of a car and wants the car in focus and the background, you need a very fast shutter speed. And if you have a long shutter speed, you have to follow the car to get it in focus, and you get a blurred background. But what is the cons with shutter speeds? The big one is, if you have a long shutter speeds, it's very hard to keep the camera steady. But you also can use different shutter speeds to get out a picture style that you want. I will go into this much deeper also in upcoming episodes. So, the basics in this part of my education of you as a photographer is: learn your camera, learn its cons, learn how to adjust different things on your camera. Even on a phone you often can adjust some things, for instance ISO. In some of them you also can adjust aperture and shutter speeds. So look into this and look at the next episode, which will come out on Friday. And then we are at the end of this video. First of all, I want to give a big thanks to all who supported me in my small war with YouTube. It was most annoying. It's not so big deal for me because I'm not in the need of the small ads money that I get. The annoying thing is that I was warned, and if I break the rules once again this week, they will shut my channel down for 1 week, so I can't post videos or comment. Irish Demon wants me on a live show tomorrow. As to now, I don't know which time, but have a look at Irish Demon's channels and you will see when we are going live. Okay, I promise to tell a bit more of my thoughts about the membership on this channel. I will make content for members and patrons, and it will mainly be about taking photos, filming and editing. And I'm also will have a way to communicate with members so they can ask any question they want about these subjects. I'm a professional regarding this, and I work with having workshops for ordinary people up to professionals, so I think I can answer most of your questions in these topics. I still will make videos about photo and so on for all people, but it will be shorter ones than for members and patrons. Later on today, probably I will release a video about the membership. All money earned from this channel, ads, patrons and memberships goes to my projects like the Compass project and the Arctic Scholarship, and I have planned some more projects in the future. Regarding the Compass project, it will be an update on that one in Friday's video. Okay, that was all for this time. See you Friday. Have a nice day.